We're going back to Parliament on an invitation for a meeting that was, how do you say that, adjourned in March. That's how long ago. And we're being called back now to finish this conversation, but we also know, because when we were to return in June, the topic was also reparations, reparatory justice. And coincidentally, this is the conversation that we're having today at the time when we're called to come back. So I don't see it as a coincidence. I think it's divine timing. And we are going to, number one, as we said, we believe that our members of Parliament should immediately, first of all, if you were to ask me, the first order of business would be to convene a special session of Parliament to discuss this apology, because we have like less than 5 days, right, for our government to accept it or not. And I would suggest that they call a very important, urgent meeting of Parliament, get together, forget the individual politicking that they normally do, and as a one body, and if they can't do it unanimously, at least by 2/3 majority, at least try to get to at least a motion to instruct our government to not accept this apology on behalf of the people of St. Martin. That's the first step. So we want that's what we think that's what we're going to be asking them for. The other thing that we've been saying, we think that Parliament ought to be able to start these series of conversations in the community, get around there, talk to the people, hear what they're saying, because again, the consequences of colonialism continue to exist with people on the ground, real people on the ground. In the meantime, the Council of Ministers can start their reparations commission like every other space in the Caribbean, so that we do some good solid research of what the reparatory justice package would look like for St. Martin. Because you alluded to not reinventing the wheel. Absolutely, don't reinvent the wheel. It may need to be adjusted for St. Martin. Do the research. And when you're done with your research, since the king is going to use 3 years, maybe 3 years too, who knows? Right? And by the time everybody is done doing their research, you sit at the table and you say, here we are with the demands from St. Martin for compensation, for reparatory justice for the people of St. Martin. Right? And then we move forward with the discussion. I think that is the key that we want to leave out there. And the last thing, we're asking our St. Martin population, sign our petition. We're asking the people, we've started a petition asking government and Parliament to reject the apology, and we're collecting signatures, and we're going to be asking our members of Parliament to help us in the signature drive as well. It would be great if all 6 islands and Suriname, because remember Suriname is here too, would reject it. And we don't know what is going to happen in Suriname, especially because everybody is watching Suriname. Because remember, Suriname is a member of CARICOM. And CARICOM is very much assisting the Reparations Commission in Suriname with their going through this process.